into Agree to Disagree. Agree to Disagree.
Yes, everybody. You know how it goes. We're in for another week of Agree to Disagree. And we want to shout out our fans. We hope you guys are listening. We hope you guys are telling everybody about our show. And you're listening to your boy JT. Want to make sure the rest of our co-hosts are in the building. First class, where you at?
You know where I'm at, right here.
Sounds good. Superfly Forte, where you at?
I'm in the building.
Okay, so it sounds like everybody's here. So you know how it goes. It's another week. We're going to find some topics to talk about. So we start off usually with a recap of what everybody's been up to or what they've been doing. So Forte, you up?
This week's been pretty chill for me. Well, it was pretty chill up until a certain date, but I know we'll get into that a bit later.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work. This weekend kicked off pretty well. It's supposed to rain, but the weather kind of held up for us, so that's a good thing. Went to a little barbecue yesterday. Had a good time. Shout out to Toya for hosting. And then after that, we stopped by Rum Diaries for C's birthday. I know we were all there in the building.
Yeah, man.
It's a good time, man. Enjoyed my weekend so far.
Sounds good.
I guess I'm next. So pretty much the same thing that it was work and looking at my phone for certain reasons until the reason was answered. And yeah, same thing. Went to Toya's house. Also shout out Nikki for making some good chicken. And yeah, shout out C's, man. Shout out everybody that was in the building last night at Rum Diary. Shout out Berna doing their thing as a bartender yesterday.
Okay. So it sounds like everybody's week's been, pretty chill for the most part. For myself, same thing. It's just on the work vibe. Didn't really do much. And I have a cousin that just came up from Barbados. So
okay.
She's up here for a bit, on the whole sightseeing and stuff like that. Other than that, same thing, man. Rum Diaries last night was good. I had a good time. Saw a lot of people.
Yeah,
man.
So it was a good little vibe. And shout out C's first birthday because that's what it was all for,
Facts.
So I mean, now that we got past the little recap for everybody, we're gonna get to what we do.
So before we get into the breakdown, I just want to say one little thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
We got a lot of feedback about last week's episode, 99.9 positive. So shouts to you guys. There was a lot of feedback. A lot of people really, really, really enjoyed that episode. We actually had some people from that community reach out to us on our page and, say that, we gave our opinions in the best way we could and that we didn't offend anybody. They didn't necessarily agree with all of our views, but the way that we articulated it was the best way that we could do it. So shouts to them for reaching out.
That's it. Shout out the fans, man. You guys listening. This is
we
why we
need
do
you.
it.
We need you to give us that feedback. So
For real. Helps with the convo too, you know what I mean? It
Facts.
gets us engaged and just interacting. So It's all good.
Yep.
So yeah, man, we're gonna get to the next segment and you guys stay tuned.
The Breakdown.
So this segment is called The Breakdown. So I'm gonna let First Class do what he does.
Yes. So first we're going to start off with what else you could be doing this weekend. So Salsa and St. Clair and Afrofest is popping today. Are you guys going?
I don't know. I might pass by Afrofest, possibly. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure yet, but I've never been, so I kind of want to go.
See, I've never been to Salsa.
Okay.
So I might go to Salsa and St. Clair. Maybe we'll meet up after.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you, JT?
I haven't gone to Salsa either, but Afrofest I've been to a couple times. Shout out my aunt. She used to have a stall down there.
Okay.
Selling some stuff from the African motherland, but yeah, maybe I might pass by. Like I said, I got a cousin here, so maybe take her down there. Let her see a few.
Okay. Cool. Got a couple birthdays for these Cancer people,
Cancers.
I'm still all Gemini. But anyways, Tia and Tamara Maori from Sister, it's their birthday.
Okay.
The real Mr. Fun Guy, Kevin Hart's birthday. And our own GM, Messiah Jerry's birthday.
Okay.
I believe Messiah's birthday is actually today. So, big shout out to Messiah. Let's see what you're going to do.
Big moves.
Big dog. Big earthquake happened this week in California, 7.1 magnitude. So I hope, with that news plus the other news, I hope everybody's safe.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
There's also a big explosion at a Florida shopping center. It actually completely exploded. And over 20 people were injured, over 20 people. But yeah, they're investigating it, said it might be a gas leak, but there's videos of it, and yeah, it's pretty damn serious. A Brooklyn woman gets arrested for claiming that her nephew was in the back of her car that got stolen, so that cops would respond faster. And now she's arrested.
Wow.
Yeah,
Can't lie about stuff like that.
I mean, I don't see why not. you're not in court. You're just lying on the phone call.
Yeah, but I mean, there could have been somebody else that's actually in danger, and now the cops are putting their efforts toward this car that nobody's in.
I mean, that's a very good point. But I'm sure when you're in that situation, you're not thinking about any other world topics. You're thinking about yourself. So, I mean, I like I said, that's a good point. But at the same time, I think I would do it. Might go to jail.
That's what insurance is for. Car gets stolen, you call your insurance.
I mean, that's true.
That's it. Just make sure you pay your insurance bill.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. We are not flying with Spirit Airlines from this day forth. Or at least I'm not. I can't speak for you guys, but I'm sure you'll be on the same boat. Because a black passenger was on that Spirit Airlines and was asked to move from her seat, the one that she paid for, because a white passenger, refused to sit beside her. No. So instead of asking the white lady to move, who refused, they tried to move the black lady.
Yeah. Nah.
So
we passed all those movements.
Yeah. So Spirit Airlines, you're not gonna see my money. I don't care how cheap it is. I'm not there. You know what I mean? Also, there's a bunch of social media users boycotting Starbucks because 2 officers in Arizona were asked to leave because somebody felt unsafe. So they went all over social media talking about how bad it was, and Black Twitter went crazy because they said, "Well, where were you guys when the 2 black individuals had to be arrested or whatever?" Blah blah. Now you guys want to talk, so it's pretty interesting. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I'm for it. If I feel unsafe and I'm at a public place, and they can do that to us, then see you later. Wait outside.
What do the people feel unsafe about like that?
That I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But if they felt
They just
unsafe,
asked them to leave.
Yeah.
well, the Starbucks asked them to leave.
Oh, okay.
So obviously they complained,
Yeah.
and then Starbucks, did their due diligence. And I mean, Starbucks is also trying to make sure that they cross their T's.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's either one or the other.
Yeah,
it's either that we
yeah.
could do it to everybody, or we don't do it to nobody.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
I agree.
I'm for it. On that same tip, a lot of people that are not of the same color as us, we're not happy because I don't know. You know who Holly Bailey is? Not Holly Berry. Holly Bailey.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know where I'm going. She just got the spot for Ariel in the new Little Mermaid, and again, people went crazy saying, how come she doesn't look this way? How come there's these features that aren't there? Blah 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 blah. So I don't know how you guys felt about that, but I'm for it. Disney's doing something.
Yeah. So I mean, when I heard about it, I knew that was gonna happen, though.
Yeah.
I
It's
knew
not
that was
surprising.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is what it is, man. She has a voice. Ariel has a voice, and it's gonna work.
And she's actually a singer. Like she's
Yeah.
not just some random. Like she's a singer.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Shout out to Disney.
right. But I seen a post that was like Beyonce is Nala, Will is the genie, and now this. So I'm like, that's true. And another person argued, we've been looking at people in different roles that shouldn't be in those roles if you want to base it on that. Right?
Yeah,
like
for sure.
like people in Egypt that don't look like us when they have to look like us. So is what
Actually, I
it
think there's a few other black actors in Lion King too. Or
Oh yeah.
voicing.
There's a lot. There's
Yeah.
a lot. John Jones. I know we were out last night, so I didn't get to see the full thing. I'm gonna watch it today. But John Jones is still a champion. I don't know if you guys know who Amanda Nunes is, but she's a beast. She killed Holly Holmes in the first round. So I'm gonna watch that after the show. And last but not least, Kawhi goes to the Clippers. 142 max.
Yes.
4 years.
Yes. The part of the breakdown we've been waiting for.
And brings my boy Paul George with him.
So, where do we start?
I'll say this. The bad news is obviously that he left our team. You know, the good news is that even though it's looking like I might be giving false information, but I believe that they're better than the Lakers right now.
Who's better?
Who?
Clippers.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but the
Yes,
Lakers
yes.
are loading up.
They're loading up with a bunch of role players, but the firepower the Clippers have right now, I don't think anybody can touch them.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's why I said it might.
Oh, okay.
So on one side, it's like, okay, you left us, but I'm glad that he went to the Clippers and not the
And
Lakers.
not the Lakers, yeah.
Because then that's a different. Then
Yeah.
we could burn his jersey. But yeah, like it is what it is. You went home, you got us a ring, but it now goes back to the same thing that was said before. Should we have got rid of DeMar? Should we have kept DeMar and got him more help? Because he was a lifer.
So, I don't know. Where do you want to you want to go with our opinions first? We had some people who chimed in.
Yeah, let's go with our opinions first.
Okay, so our opinions first.
They're not on the show.
Okay, so for myself, do I think it was worth it? I think it was, and the reason why I'm gonna say that is, if I were to cancel out everything, like whether it be the trade, things that happen, are the Raptors in a better position today than they were before he got here? I'm gonna say yes. So I feel like on a whole, the organization is in a better place. I think they're also looked at now as a real organization versus before. I don't feel like we were on that same playing level. That makes sense.
Okay.
So that's my position.
Okay.
Yeah, I co-sign. I think it's. I mean, if we kept DeMar for another 5 years and surrounded him, it doesn't guarantee we win anything, right? So we got a championship.
Yeah.
So that nobody could take that from us.
So this is obviously a what if conversation, but my thing and my only thing is that we never gave him help enough. Like, yes, Kawhi is an elite player, and DeMar is not an elite player. We could agree on that. And I do, for the most part, agree with we're in a better place as well. But I feel like you take LeBron out the East and you get him help, we could possibly be in the same position. And if we are, then we have our lifer. Versus the guy that came here for 1 year, and you can't wrong somebody for telling you what they're gonna do and then doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He told us.
I always said, like, from the time you got here, I'm like, if we get a championship in these, I wouldn't be mad.
No, I'm not mad.
No,
And I'm
just saying.
definitely not mad at him.
Yeah.
Maybe the situation, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely not mad at him. Like, I still, support him, whatever, blah, blah, but like, I'm still hurt.
Yeah. And I think if everybody kind of put themselves in his position, even if we use anybody, like a star from Toronto or whatever, their main objective is to come back here and play. So I feel like anybody kind of in his situation would have leaned towards going home. I mean, as much as they say, yeah,
So-
love and stuff
And the
like that,
Clippers,
but-
and the Clippers, like flipped backwards over like 10 times just to get him over
Okay,
there.
so
that's
so
the
you
thing.
went there. So let's go there first before what I was gonna say. Do you think that was worth it? Because they gave up
The Clippers,
their life.
The Clippers are looking like the Raptors were last when we traded for Kawhi.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna give you everything. In return, I'm gonna get a championship, and then I'm gonna rebuild from there.
but 4 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
it's worth it. I think it's worth it.
I mean,
If I'm the owner of the Clippers, like I'm happy with this move. We got PG,
Yep.
and we got Kawhi.
and you don't really lose your core.
And you
Like,
didn't lose-
people
yeah.
people forget about
Yeah.
that.
Don't
Like,
forget Sweet Lou.
Exactly, that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
you're
Like
talking about
he's
Sweet
been
Lou.
there.
Sweet Lou is a small piece on that thing. Like when
whole team.
not a small piece, but
Yeah.
when you put it all, like you still got Pat Beverly.
The
No,
defense,
still got-
the defense, and the
No,
Clippers
but
defense
that's
going to be
what I'm
retarded.
saying, right? Like if we talk about, let's say, Kawhi and his load management stuff like that,
Yeah.
like taking him off to put in Sweet Lou, like you're not losing
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
You
No,
might
that's
lose
what I'm saying.
You might lose a little defense, but the firepower is still there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You lost a rookie. Okay, rookie will be good.
Yeah, he's going to be a good player,
okay.
but yeah,
And you lost
a whole bunch of
Gallinari.
draft picks. And a
Yeah.
whole bunch of draft
Gallinari is
He's on his way.
he's good.
He's good. Yeah, exactly.
But he's not like if you're talking about DeMar, like DeMar is 10 times better. I will take DeMar every time over
Yeah,
Gallinari.
for sure.
So that's an upgrade.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing that I would be looking at now, which I'm sure with the team that it is, you're going to, is getting another big.
Yeah.
That's about it. And that to me is
You're locked in for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
I mean, you gave up a lot of draft picks, but that's like.
And those are first. That's not all your draft. That's not the
Yeah,
second
they're
round.
just first round.
Yeah.
They're just first rounds.
But who knows what's going to come out of that? So it's hard
Yeah.
to say, let's not make this move. Like, if you're Clippers, you're making a move. You're going to make the move.
So let's jump to the Raptors, because I don't know if you guys heard with what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So the reason that he never signed back here is because we were in a bidding war with the Clippers, and they obviously, with what we just said, had way more collateral to give. They wanted to give Serge, Lowry, Siakam, and I believe 2 picks for Westbrook, George, and Kawhi. Let me take that back. For Westbrook and George.
Right, because Kawhi.
Because you don't know if Kawhi would sign or not.
Yeah.
But obviously that would be the plan because he wanted to play with us. George said that he would play with us. Are you making that trigger? Are you letting it go to the Clippers? And to be clear, sorry to cut you off, to be clear, we don't know if they tried to make that trigger and then the Clippers offer just ended that. Yeah.
So, information. If some of the stuff you said to me was a little bit new, I didn't hear. So I knew Siakam was part of the deal, and I knew that Larry might have been involved too.
Yeah.
I didn't know Serge was involved. I think that for me that kind of changes my realm. So if it was for Larry and Pascal, I for some strange reason you're not. I don't think you're losing in that particular trade. I don't think you're losing. So it'll be the same situation as Kawhi and DeMar. I don't think you're losing. When it comes to Serge, I think at that point, that's where it tips a little bit because we're losing a big, we're losing a rebounder, we're losing a defender. And I think, like, don't get me wrong, Westbrook's a beast, PG's a beast, but I still think that one of the pieces that Toronto's always kind of had an issue with and has been missing has been that power forward position, which I think Serge can fall into that category.
So see, I disagree with you on one sentiment. If it was Serge and Lowry, actually, let me take that back. I never want Lowry to get traded. Like, that's my guy. But if it had to be done, then okay. If it was Serge and Lowry, then fine. But not Pascal, because I feel like Pascal has so much promise. If you just look at last season to this one,
Yeah, big
and he's
improvement.
going to continue to grow.
But that's why I think it didn't go through. I think like if Pascal did not win Most Improved Player, I think that trade probably would have happened. I think
Yeah,
I
maybe.
think
I don't think if he didn't win Most Improved, but I think if he didn't have the year that
or
he
yes,
had.
yeah, maybe reward that a
And
little
my
bit.
thing
Yeah.
too was the picks. Like we don't really take it in, but when you do, the Raptors have done pretty good in their draft picks in the last couple of years. You gotta remember,
had a few
DeMar
that
is a draft pick.
No,
You know
for
what
sure,
I mean?
for sure, yeah.
Terrence Ross, like he was decent.
Yeah.
He's
he
a
was,
draft
yeah.
pick. You know what I mean? So we've had
I
pretty
liked
decent
Terrence Ross,
draft
to be
picks.
honest. He's
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
inconsistent, but I liked him.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like our draft picks, it's not like Rafael Arujo. It's not those dudes. Those dudes are gone. So you know what? Let's see what Masai does.
Yeah.
You know, I there's a few people that they're talking about getting, and I'm like, okay. I heard Bradley Beal's name. I heard CJ McCollum's name. It's like, you know.
But I mean, those guys you're mentioning, they're free agents still, or
No,
it'd be like
I
a
think
trade
those are the trades.
and like money or picks or whatever.
To be honest, if it was me, I'd wait because next year there's a lot of money off the books, which that's also why they would trade so they get that money off the books. But you have a lot of money now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You could have signed Kawhi to that deal, and that money's just sitting there. So it's up to you. What do you want to do? Do you want to like play with it and see what happens this year? Or, because if next year, if you have that money plus whoever comes off the books, that's a lot of money, man.
I think the Raptors, they're not like everybody's like, oh, the Raptors are now. Are they going to make the playoffs? Like I don't think
they're making
it's
playoffs.
that bad.
They're
Like,
making
No,
the playoffs.
it's not
Kawhi,
that bad.
obviously, Kawhi is a huge piece, but these guys are still champions now.
Yeah.
These
Yeah,
guys have still learned a lot
Yeah,
over the
yeah,
last
yeah,
year that
yeah.
they're going to be a lot better next
So
year.
not to cut you for it,
Yeah.
but the Raptors won games without Kawhi.
That's
last
what I'm
year.
saying.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
A good amount
But,
of games.
be
no,
okay,
but that's their job though.
Yeah.
No,
People
but
said Golden State are not going to win in the playoffs this year too. Coming up, like that's their job. Like, don't listen to these guys.
No, yeah,
'cause they're
for sure,
clowns.
for sure.
Like,
But I mean, there's a lot of problems there because, like I said, the nights that Kawhi took off,
Yeah.
the Raptors went on a roll. Like,
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that we didn't need him. We do need him to get over the hump,
Yeah.
but in terms of performing as a team, we can do it.
Yeah. Of course.
You know what I mean? And I mean, other people might get shine. Playoff Powell might be,
yeah,
you know, in that.
you never know. You never know, and we'll see. We'll see.
Straight up. So, I mean, outside of that, we'll just jump to maybe one or two of the comments about what happened with that whole thing.
All right.
So, one or two people commented on the post when we put it up in terms of, we put up a picture of Kawhi and DeMar.
Yeah.
And the exact comment was, so beside DeMar's picture, it said, wanted to retire here, was loyal from day one, only team ever played for, and he was traded. The bottom picture is basically Kawhi, best two-way player in the league, brought us our first championship, and left us after 1 year. So when this post went up, the comments below it were, well, Toronto, do you think they're both gone? And was a trade still worth it? Let us basically, we'll be discussing it basically. So I had Germ's Gully side comment. He said definitely it was still worth it because he brought us a championship. Championship is which DeRozan would have never been able to give us. So I mean, he was a little hard on DeRozan, but I think he got it.
We know where he's coming from.
And
We know where he's
that's what it is. It's like we shouldn't discredit DeRozan, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And
I don't think we're discrediting DeRozan. I
some
think
people are. I'm not saying us, but some
I
people
think
are.
if you swap Kawhi for DeRozan with the exact same team,
Anything.
we still like. You think we win a championship with DeRozan?
No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't.
Okay.
And I don't think that that's DeMar's fault, nor do I think anybody's saying that. Like Kawhi, again, is an elite.
Yeah.
Kawhi could possibly be the best player we've seen.
So
Right?
I think too.
But I'm saying get him help. Like his help was DeMar Carroll.
No, but that's what I'm
TJ
saying.
Miles.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. If the help that Kawhi had, if you swap DeMar DeRozan, we probably are not winning.
No, but I'm saying the help that Kawhi had is the help that he needed because he's elite. So DeMar needed.
But that's why we got rid
He
of
needed a little
DeMar,
bit more.
because we
No,
needed an
but
elite.
I'm saying, I don't think that we needed elite.
You don't
If
think
you
we
had
needed?
too good.
Yeah.
So like, for example, this could be an argument. No diss to him because I said I like him, but Paul George with DeMar, I would absolutely say we win with the team that we had. And I'm not even saying that you necessarily need that level. DeMar with oh my gosh.
DeMar and Lowry are both all-stars, though.
Okay,
I think
they are, but
Yeah.
we're talking about elite, right? Are we saying? So do you think that Kyle Lowry, being realistic, is top 10?
no.
No.
Guards in the
Okay.
league, no.
Do you think that DeMar is top 10?
No.
Okay. So that's what I'm talking about. You need a 3 that is top 10 or close to.
So you need 3 players, you're saying?
Absolutely. If it's not an elite, then yes. That's what I'm saying.
So, based on what you're saying, I'm gonna jump to one of the other comments, one of the last ones. So this was by J. Natasha Patton, and basically she's saying, of course it was. It's business people, and we need to put our feelings away.
But I don't think it's feelings though. Like,
But I mean, so what you're talking about, I think is different to how I think everybody else is looking at it. I think,
Yeah.
I think for all of us, we looked at DeMar as the household name. He's been here. He's riding or dying, or whatever the case may be. But if we take ourselves out of being a fan and put ourselves in an owner, on paper, DeMar for Kawhi, would you do that trade? I think everybody would,
So again,
based on stats.
that's the part that's missing. DeMar for DeRozan. DeMar for Kawhi. Again, I love DeMar. That's like my favorite player in the league right now.
Yeah.
But that is this. It's not even a conversation. Like,
But that's what I'm saying,
Of
right?
course. But the only thing that ever gave me pause was exactly what happened. Is that he only had 1 season with us. If there was 2 years on there, I wouldn't blink an eye.
Yeah.
You understand what
so
I'm
you're
saying?
talking about the amount of time that the
I'm
contract was
I'm looking at the big picture. We've never in our whole history had somebody that said, "Yo, I'm never leaving," and everybody else has left. Vince Carter left.
Yeah.
Tracy left. Bosch left.
Yeah.
Everybody's left.
But that's your feelings you're talking about.
No, that's
That's
facts.
business. Nobody cares how long DeMar stays if we don't win a championship.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. But I'm just saying, get somebody that's gonna stay then. And I don't mean stay forever, but like a 2-year.
But again, it's business. You can't guarantee anybody's gonna stay.
I mean, that's
DeMar
true.
could have said, "I'll stay forever," and then he could have
left.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So it's like it's business.
But I'm just looking at it
could've-
like you could have got him more help and then seen.
But then you might not have won. So
And that's
yeah,
absolutely
I think that's
true.
the end goal at the end of the day, right? Is to win.
To win, yeah.
And to be fair, to flip the coin, we could say that for whatever reason he said, "Okay, I'll stay with the Spurs for 1 year."
Yeah.
DeMar stayed, and then he went to the Clippers, and then
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
that.
Exactly.
So, like I said, it's a what if conversation.
Yeah.
You're never
Yeah.
gonna win. I'm never gonna win.
Yeah.
Because what is that we're the champions.
That's it.
That's it.
That's the most important part.
For sure, for
We got
sure.
to experience that.
When you're talking about feelings, that's the part that I can admit is feelings. That now I'm greedy. I'm selfish.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
I want that feeling again. You know what I mean? Like
what
I
it is.
really wanted the
If I
back
stayed
to back.
another year, then you would have been okay. But
Yeah. I would have.
Yeah.
If we went back to back,
Oh, man.
and then he left, I would be the one packing his stuff. I don't care. Like, you know, and in my head, like thinking, like, yo, to have Kawhi and Paul George here, when you talk about business, to me that changes the whole narrative. Because now you have Kawhi, who did not choose to come here. He made the best out of his situation, but then he resigns. Then you have somebody that has nothing to do with this now, who is a marquee player.
Yeah.
Come now. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe Toronto is the place to go. And seeing what those two can do, that's to me how the snowball gets rolling. Because now it's like, okay,
Yeah.
now we can get some people over there. Now we can see what's going on, and then who knows where you'd be down the line, which does not happen if we don't make the DeMar trade.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Like I said, it's a
Because
merry-go-round.
I think it's still players will still look at it like that because all we lost was Kawhi.
Yeah.
That's it. So players can still be like, you know what? Toronto's a good team. Toronto just won a championship. It's open. I can go over there and do something now.
Yeah, but then you got people changing the narrative, right? Not Kawhi.
Yeah.
But like, you know, what Lou said,
Yeah.
and other, even Stephen A. Which
So
But that's just Americans for you, know.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
just
But those are
ignorant
who are in the
Americans.
league.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So unless Jamal Murray's coming in like 10 years because he just signed that big ass contract, shouts to him. But like,
do
you
your
know,
thing.
so
So, kind of, I think two more things that we can mention here. I don't know if you guys seen Dollar Dame said that he thinks that the way the league is different now is players are way more influential than having these team meetings and, you know, trying to acquire players like, oh, come have a meeting with us versus a player reaching out and saying, yo, let's team up and go here or let's go there or let's do this, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's one of those where, the league's different now. The league's definitely different.
well, I mean, that has to do with everything really. That has to do with technology, social media. Then it also has to do with the fact of like the Players Association, right? Like the fact that at the end of the day, the owners are the most powerful people in the room, but when it comes to signing your own contract, they don't hold weight anymore. You know what I mean? He met with LA Lakers, and that same day he's talking to Paul George.
Yeah.
So like he kind of knew that he wanted to play with Paul George.
Yeah, he knew what was
And I
up.
think whoever got the pendulum swinging their way would have got Kawhi. I don't think that if we could have got Paul George that he wasn't signing here.
No,
I
he
don't
would've
think that at
stayed
all.
here,
You know, and who wouldn't want to play with Paul George?
Exactly.
So, I think that I think the West is scary again.
I think with all this happening this offseason, the league got a lot more competitive. That's
it
for
did,
sure.
but the
It
West
did,
is
for sure.
scary, man.
Oh yeah.
Portland looks nice. Utah looks nice. Both LAs look nice. You know what I
Don't
mean?
forget the Nets. Don't forget
That-
the East.
that-
next
that's
year,
the
next
East, though.
I know.
And next year. not
And
this year, not
to
this
be
year.
honest, I'm not one that believes in Kyrie. KD, absolutely. But Kyrie,
Well,
I don't know.
That's why I
man.
said next season.
Yeah, yeah.
This season with KD out, I don't think that's
Yeah,
gonna do
we'll
too
see.
much. But,
But Boston, though.
yeah,
Boston, yeah.
Boston, though.
Yeah.
Boston,
Philly.
Philly.
So,
And just Giannis, man. I'm scared. Like I watched some highlights yesterday about that guy, man.
Did you
I'm
see?
scared, man.
They just signed his brother too. The
No,
Bucks.
they didn't.
I think
Bucks.
yeah for
Really?
summer
They
league. I
did.
think for summer league though. For summer league,
damn.
I think it's for summer league. Yeah,
But he's nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a problem. That's a problem. They're talking about us trying to get him in 2021, but I don't see that. I think he's a lifer too.
Yeah, it seems like that.
for Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
It looks like one of those.
But we'll see, man. If you want
But
to
at the
come,
end of the
boy,
day, sometimes people want to win, right?
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
don't know
that's
what
what it
Milwaukee's
is.
going to be looking
bring
like.
the
in a couple
Greek
years.
freak to the east. And you know we have every type of freaking culture out here, so he'll fit right in.
Fit
Go down to Greek town, he's good, boy.
Take them down to Danforth.
Yeah.
Doing their
Come
festival.
on, man. Come on.
So I mean, the breakdown. It was definitely a breakdown.
I gotta tell you, I needed this, guys. I feel like some weight's been off my
Yeah,
shoulder.
yeah, for sure. Shout out the people who commented, man. I think we can see some growth here, the interaction between last week's episode and putting up certain things and getting the interaction with everybody who's commenting and listening and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
I think we gotta put out more topics. Like I think we were focused on just putting out like our episode information, but we gotta put out topics more. You know, things that are popping right now. Like that way, people can comment and
stay relevant.
Stay relevant.
So one of those. So if you're one of our listeners and you like to hear what we do, you can always find us on all streams of social media. Google us. We'll come up for sure. Tell a friend to tell a friend about us and what we do. And I guarantee that, we'll get people in and we'll get people listening and commenting about a conversation.
Wait, sorry. Before we wrap this one up, I'm just kind of scrolling through social media right now.
I bet you I know what you're gonna say.
And I want to shout out Andre Iguodala.
Yeah.
Okay. We're talking about lifers, talking about people that really put into work and want to stay certain places. Yeah. He was a big piece of Golden State. And
I'm trying to cheat and look at your phone right now.
Unfortunately, he got traded.
Yeah.
Me and First Class, we kind of think it's more of a league issue. I think it's like
you can't say
there's
certain
things that you can't say.
Yeah, man.
Management's just gonna kick you out, man. And Iggy was on the Breakfast Club, and was talking about some NBA business, man. Pretty much, he was talking about stuff in the NBA that happened that.
I can't lie, he was a chatty patty.
He was a chatty patty.
He was a chatty patty.
But he just wrote a book.
Yeah.
He just wrote a book.
Yeah,
He's
you gotta
published
promote
stuff
it.
You gotta promote it. But I mean, certain stuff, we agree with a lot of stuff he said, but
you
the
shouldn't
NBA
say it.
is not going to agree with that.
Yeah, man.
And as soon as the NBA caught a whiff of that, all of a sudden,
Bye-bye.
he's out of Golden State, just like that.
Yeah.
Where was he originally traded to?
Grizzlies.
Grizzlies, yeah. Like,
Memphis,
like
yeah.
nothing. It's like, bye, Iggy. Go to Memphis.
So let me guess.
And think about what you
Boom,
just
boom,
said.
boom, rumor report.
Yeah.
Let me guess. He's on Lakers?
It didn't say that yet. What it did
It didn't say that yet.
It didn't say. That's what I expect because he's supposed to get bought out from Memphis,
yeah.
and then he wants to sign with the Lakers. That's what he wants to do. But what it says is that Golden State's going to retire his jersey. So
they're gonna
shout out to
retire
Golden
everybody's
State.
jersey?
I guess so.
That's what it looks like right now. Like
I don't
Retire
care about that really.
Number 9.
I don't care about that really. I mean, it's cool, but you just dissed me.
Yeah.
And now you want to.
Thanks for kicking me out, but you're going to leave my jersey.
But just in case you're listening to the show, Iggy, you know we are champions, right?
we got a spot.
We got a spot for you, bro. You can say whatever you want over here.
that's it.
Besides cool dad.
Well, yeah, that's it. Just wanted to point that out.
All right. Well, I guess that's the way we end the breakdown.
For sure. So yeah, man, don't go nowhere because we're about to get into the mix.
Let's do it.
It's time for the mix.
Bend over, practice for the work, gal brace, position, gymnast, love the way that you whine and jiggle it. Bend over, practice for the work, gal brace, position, gymnast, in front the mirror, gal take a flick. Turn round, look back, take a pic. Whining skill, show them you have it. You master all of the tricks. Drop down flat and make your booty split. Tick tock, how are you tick tock? Wine to the bass now. Keep whining your waist now. Bend over, practice for the work. Gal brace, position, gymnast. Love the way that you whine and jiggle it. Bend over, practice for the work. safe now. It's time to go brave now. Wine to the bass song. Wine to the bass song. Keep whining your waist now. Bend over, practice for the work. Gal brace, position, gymnast. So the way that you wine and jiggle it.
1 minute, she loves me. The next minute, she don't. One night, she'll text me. The next night, she won't. One night, we're married. The next night, we divorce. This girl, she bipolar. But that's why me love her the most. This girl, she crazy. She's crazy. She's crazy. This girl, she crazy. She's crazy. She's crazy. She get mad and she want break up. The next minute she want make love. This girl she crazy, she's crazy, she's crazy.
DJ Twisted Minds.
Baby, oh, baby, it's a rock and come in. I mean, I let it pull it lock and come in. Boy, party car, stop and come in. How they ready to rock and come in, rock and come in. I mean, I let it pull it lock and come in. Boy, party car, stop and come in. How they ready to rock and come in. Your body clean, girl, you are a queen. L-T-I-G, what you permitting? What you permitting?
Some of them never know me. Some of them don't know me. Some of them keep for me. Every time the people jumps in. Some of them wanna wine for me. Some of them boogie down for me. Me love the way the ladies will wine for me. Everybody now, like a everybody I like the way you do it I did just say all my ladies will wine on me. See girls that I'm a boom boom guy, you there. All the ladies who round us move your body to the beat, yeah. Love me, need me. All my ladies, everybody, they want me. The sexy body girls, them need me. She said love me, she want me, yeah, she want me. All my boom boom, everybody love me. Sexy body girls, everybody. She said I like the way you look at me, I'm screaming, baby. I love the way you hold my hands, I'm dripping, baby. The way you take me today, can't leave me like say I did mad. The way you carry me play, oh my God, it be like I did mad. Yeah, you burn me up, oh. Every day you are burning me up, oh. Yeah, you turn me up, oh. Anytime I look at you turn me up, oh. Yeah, you taking me up, oh. The way you want, you taking me slow. Yeah, you killing me, oh. See the things that you do, you are turning me like the way me I dey go faster. Anytime I call her, so she must answer. Oh my baby, what's up? Yeah. Oh my baby, what's up? Yeah. Listen, she like the way me I dey go faster. Anytime I call her, so she must answer. Oh my baby, what's up? Yeah. So my baby, what's up? Yeah.
Listen to Double M when I'm singing to you, girl. Yo, I am feeling, just feeling, I'm feeling. See what I'm seeing. Oh, baby, yeah. Do you see what I'm seeing? I am feeling, I know you feel it too. Girl, I know it's true, yeah. I know you want me to try to hold it back. Tell me, baby, do you like it like that when I rock with you? Ooh, girl, let me take you to Togo Loco when the sun goes.
Touch me like you need it. Would you say it to me like you mean it? Beat it. You and I both know you feel it. So come say it to me like you mean it. We both know you need it. Baby, you did do something to me, make me want you all the time. Oh, na. Daddy, oh, you know, say you feel worth like overtime. For this love of mine, me why you feel touch me like you need it. So come say it to me like you mean it.
and just give it up. I used to go on my knees and beg and start to pray. Now it's safe to say, me nah go make them kill me. I gonna dance in the face like that.
Yes, everybody. So that was the mini mix inside Agree to Disagree. We hope you guys are listening. Hit us up on all streams of social media. You know, jump on Instagram, comment on our page. You know, give us some topics that you guys want us to talk about. Hit us up by email. Jump on YouTube. Watch some of our videos. There's a bunch of stuff, man. So just get into it. So, I mean, we don't want to waste no more time. We want to get into our topic for the week. So stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for this week's main topic.
All right. So this week's main topic. We're going to get Forte to introduce.
Yeah, I'll get into this one. This week's topic, I know a lot of us have to deal with life, and we all deal with it differently. You know, sometimes it gets stressful, sometimes it gets busy, sometimes you just need to get away, you know? So what we're talking about this week is just vacation, staycation, whatever you do to release that stress of life. You know, so I'm going to start with you, JT. What's one thing that when you go away on a vacation is a must-have? Like, it has to be there.
A must-have. I want to say a beach.
Okay.
I try to incorporate a beach. I want to say 99.9% of the time. Yeah. With that being said, I think that I probably could incorporate other places that don't have a beach, but because I want a beach,
I'm like that too.
That's where I end up. You know. So
yeah,
I think
the world is a big place, man. But I seem to stay focused in one area. Of it, you know?
Yeah. I feel you.
Whoa. Mine is definitely alcohol. You know what I mean? Where the alcohol is and the stress is away.
Yeah.
Put me there, boy.
For sure.
I co-sign that. I'd probably say alcohol as well, because that's one of the first things you do. Like, before you even check into your room, I want someone to be bringing me a drink at the desk. Like, now I'm on vacation. Like, or not even before I get to the desk. I'm talking about from the airport. Me too. I hop off the plane. There needs to be something to drink.
Remember when I was in Cancun? I said, cerveza. Okay, cerveza. I don't even drink beer, but when you're there, you gotta do what they do. You know what I mean? So
Presidente.
Man. That's how you gotta move. So
I mean, Forte, you mentioned something there that I don't think I've ever really done. You mentioned staycation. I don't think I've ever done one of those.
No, you never been to Niagara Falls or something, bro?
I mean, yeah, but I don't even really think that as like a vacation. I just think that I feel like Niagara Falls. It's not the street for me.
I hear you.
Nah, I feel like it's a vacation because you still. It depends on what you're doing, but you're still away.
It's away from home.
Yeah, like you know, you're trying to just distance yourself from whatever you're dealing with at that time. And, you know.
And even if you go to like just a cottage trip or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're using vacation time for work, right?
Yeah.
So it's a staycation.
I feel you. Yeah, no, I guess maybe I have, but it just to me it didn't feel
different.
It didn't feel the same. So maybe I have. But that cottage life is actually pretty good. I went. Well, actually, I didn't even go in the summertime. I went to like a chalet actually a couple years ago for the winter. Yeah. And it was a pretty good vibe. My cousin organized it with I would say about 12 people.
Okay.
Yeah. So they had like 6 rooms or 8 rooms or something like that, and we all just divvied up who's.
So let me ask you: was there a beach?
No, there was no beach.
Was there alcohol?
Yes, there was alcohol.
See, that's all you need.
Staycation.
But yeah, that was my first time trying that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, cottage trips are good, man. It's unfortunate that they don't. Well, I guess it's not that they don't come around as often, but people don't plan them as often, and my fault included. So
the bank account doesn't like it as often.
Yeah, that too.
It's not that, honestly, it's not that expensive though. If you get enough people, you get bring your own food, you cook your own food. You know what I mean? Like you can make it work.
It's true. It's the research too.
Yeah.
Whoever has to research,
that's the one. That's the part. That's why it doesn't happen. People don't want to put in the extra work.
It's just a hassle to chase everybody and figure this out. Yeah, that's true.
But it's a good time if once
once it pulls out. Yeah,
for sure. I got a next one for you guys. What would you say is your top 3 vacation destinations?
Atlanta is on the list for me. I love Atlanta. I
like you've been there already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Many times.
Okay. So my question is based on where you've been.
Right.
Okay.
So Atlanta. Cool. Where else? Where else would I go? It was hot as hell the other day I went, but you know what? I could put Jamaica on the list.
Okay.
And I don't know what number 3 would be. Cause me, I love the islands, but I love it for vacation. I don't like the islands is slow for me, and I'm so accustomed to the life here.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's hard to adapt to that.
Yeah.
So Atlanta would be my speed. You know what? I think Florida would probably be my 3rd.
Florida,
To be honest,
yeah, Florida's up there. Florida's up there.
I really like Fort Lauderdale. You know?
Yo,
I
like it.
really like Fort Lauderdale.
Some gems
Emphasizing
right now.
this,
Yeah,
emphasizing.
you're sitting some gems right now.
But yeah, Atlanta is definitely my favorite state. No questions.
Yeah, okay.
Or as a kid say these days, no cap.
Forte, what about you?
Atlanta obviously is a great place. I'm just trying to think where like my go-to destinations are. Like I travel, but for the most part, I go to the same places.
Yeah.
It's just different resorts at the same
Yeah.
places. You know what I mean? So Atlanta, I've been to quite a few times. Jamaica, I've been to quite a few times. And I'd probably say Cancun would probably be my 3rd.
Yeah, that's
I've
up
been there
there.
quite a few times as well.
That's what,
yeah.
I just don't want to get my fingers cut off or and the thing about it is
I mean, the Canadians come back, don't they?
not always.
Not all.
And I think if I moved there, I'd be part of the cartel. So that's you know what I mean?
You have to be.
right.
You either work at a resort
That's
or you're
what
part
I'm
of the
saying.
cartel. It's one of the
El
two
Claso,
jobs.
you know, El Claso.
Oh man. Yeah, for myself, wow. Top 3. I want to put Trinidad. Trinidad was pretty intense.
Yeah, Trinidad's beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm not in any order, but Trinidad's in the top 3 for sure.
Okay.
I went to Hawaii a couple years ago.
Okay.
That's up there for sure. And I want to say I actually had a very great time in Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, Chicago has a very similar feel to Toronto.
Yep.
But a little bit more water
I've been
oriented
there.
around there.
I've been there. Yeah.
I'm scared
Yeah,
to go
so
to
they have a
Chicago.
lot of cruises, a lot of daytime stuff to do. So I enjoyed my time in Chicago.
Okay.
Where's I guess if you could think out top of your head, the best resort that you've been to?
Hard Rock, Dominican.
Hard Rock
Absolutely.
Dominican.
Yeah.
Is that the only Hard Rock that you've been to? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was before the all the people dying. So
If you had to give me 3 highlights about the Hard Rock, what would it be?
man, the foam party.
Okay.
That's one. Just the things that you can do, like the casinos there, the clubs there. Then in the actual hotel, they had like their own strip mall. So like you could actually go to stores. When you're walking, just like everywhere, they have their a la cartes. But
Yeah.
outside of the a la cartes are food. So literally, if you're checking in and you're passing, you pick up a plate that's already out there. Take whatever you want from there. It could be fries, chicken wings, whatever.
Okay.
You know what
So
I
they
mean?
have different food stations type of thing.
Right. And it's not you're sitting down, like you're just taking it to go.
Yeah,
You just come out of the water,
Yeah.
you go there, you get
Hungry,
that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Okay,
And even by the pool,
That's
same
nice.
thing. What else? Oh, definitely in your room, you had your what do you call it? Your fridge.
Yeah.
That had all alcohol in it. And if you emptied that, they fill it back up. So, you know,
Okay.
it was pretty good.
For myself, I would say a Barrow Star.
Okay.
I've been to
hearing
2.
about that.
I've been to one in Jamaica and
Yeah.
one in Dominican Republic, Punta Cana.
Okay.
And the one in Jamaica by far though was
That was it, eh?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
Same type of vibe. Bar dispensary in the room. Service was top notch. Like, I think one time I called for like a towel, and I swear to you, before I hung up the phone, the door was like, "We have the towel." Like, their service was pretty good, and the food was really good.
Yeah,
The food
yeah.
was really,
even
really
even
good.
with what you just said, Hard Rock. I remember like 3 a.m. Yeah, can we get fries and cheesecake?
Like,
And it's coming. It's good.
yeah, it was one of those. One of those.
For myself, I probably have to say in Jamaica, I went to a resort called Secrets,
Yeah, I heard about that too.
which was crazy experience.
Where in Jamaica Secrets?
I want to say it was Montego Bay.
Okay.
I want to say that. I can't remember exactly, but I want to say it was Montego Bay. But shout out to my aunt because she has some hookups that got me a super duper deal.
What up, Faye?
There's no way I was affording that Secrets rate that they charge for that resort, man.
okay.
It's crazy. Like literally, you have a butler like a
Oh,
like
okay.
a legit,
You win. You
like
win. You win.
a legit butler.
I never had that.
I don't know what Forte be doing over there.
I
but-
didn't even know what to do with the butler, bro. Like I'm like,
So
I
you
don't
were-
need you for anything. Like I don't know what to call you. What, iron my shirt? Like no, I can do that myself.
Yeah.
So only thing I really called the butler for is to set up my reservations to eat. The butler would come to your room, pick you up on a little cart, drive you to the food. Like it was crazy.
Yeah,
man.
you
Like,
win, man.
the resort was amazing, man. I had indoor. I felt like Ray J. Indoor pool, outdoor pool.
Why you gotta feel like Ray J though?
You don't remember Ray J's rant, bro?
Nah.
You remember Ray J's rant in the Breakfast Club?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it had everything, bro. Like there's a hot tub inside, and then there's a hot tub on a balcony, and there's this like you have a pool in the back, like your own personal. You walk out the back into the pool, like right from the patio. Like it's crazy. It was,
I should came on that trip.
Yeah.
it was absolutely crazy. All the liquor was top notch, like high end liquor.
So what you're
like,
saying is you had the ocean outside, you had the pool outside, and in your room you had the boom boom room.
pretty much, yeah. It was a good time. It was a good time. I wish I could go back to that.
Is that what your aunt does? Your aunt does travel and stuff, or?
No. My aunt, she just knows a lot of people. Like she knew the general manager for that particular resort.
Yeah,
so
okay.
that resort is probably like $1,500 a night, and on top of that, they gave us the honeymoon suite. So like, bro,
Okay.
my actual honeymoon may not top that resort. Like,
Shout out Auntie in the building.
Right? Off the tapes, we gotta give a call.
Yeah. So Auntie,
See when the A2D trip is.
yeah, man. But anybody that could afford it, secrets, you won't be let down, man.
it sounds like
Not a
it's
secret.
like
It's not
Right.
a secret.
wow. And how long were you there?
4 nights, I want to say 3 or 4
that's
nights.
enough.
3 or 4
Yeah.
nights.
I would have gone for one night.
Yeah, I'm
You know
trying to
what I
see.
mean?
I've
So-
been good with one night, but yeah,
Yeah.
3 or 4 nights. It was a good
Okay,
time. man.
proper.
But now the only thing is now that I go to different resorts after going there, it's kind of hard
Yeah,
to
you're
like.
spoiled.
Yeah,
Same with me.
exactly.
Same with
That
me.
should have probably been like the last resort on
Exactly.
your list that you ever
Yeah.
go to. So you're like, yeah, you end up with a bang.
I gotta go there, man.
It's gonna be saving up for a few years, man.
That's fine. I gotta go there, man.
That was good. That was good.
All right, so what is one of your top destinations that you want to go to?
That I want to go to.
Yeah.
You can kick that one off, JT. I got a
Yeah,
couple
okay,
of mine
okay.
I'm thinking about.
I'm gonna jump in there real quick. So for whatever strange reason in the world, I want to see Australia. Don't know
Okay,
what.
if you could do three, do three.
Do 3? Yeah, I do 3.
So Australia, okay.
So Australia's one.
With the Aussies.
Yeah, I want to go to. I want to say. Well, it's not that big, but I just never been there, so I want to go to Vegas. Never been.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me
So
too.
Vegas
Okay.
is on the list for sure, and I want to say somewhere in Europe. Not exactly sure where.
Yeah.
But I'm leaning in between Portugal and Spain.
Okay.
Okay.
One of those 2 countries.
Okay.
So yeah, those would be my top 3.
Okay. I'm not big on like I guess like sightseeing.
Yeah.
So that's why I said a lot of times I go away, it's to a beach. It's like I know what I'm gonna get.
You
I'm
know the
cool.
site that you're seeing.
Yeah. But some places that just look amazing that I want to check out. Greece is
Yep.
definitely one of them.
Yeah.
I
Heard a lot of
definitely
good
want to go to
things.
Greece. And I think Thailand is another
Yeah,
place.
Thailand
Like,
looks amazing.
It's just the architecture there. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I think I just want to kind of be in that realm. And I heard a lot of good things about people that have been to those places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I may not get to both of them, but I think I got to check out at least one of them.
One? Okay. Fair enough.
So I'm kind of on the same list with you. I want to go to Greece, Maldives,
Yeah,
to be exact.
specifically. Yeah. Maldives.
My
Maldives.
bad.
You know
I
exactly.
don't know how to pronounce it, but I know where I want to
I
be
got
at.
them on Instagram and I look at
Yeah,
pictures
man.
when these posts come out. I'm
Yeah.
like, God damn, like this is crazy.
Yeah, so I want to go there. I definitely want to go to Barbados.
Okay.
Obviously, I want to go for crop food.
Yeah.
For my last one, I'm torn between a couple places. To be honest, I mean, there's Cayman. Then I obviously don't know where, but I want to go to Africa once at least in my life. I'm really just dreading that plane ride.
that's
but
a long ride.
you know what I mean. But other than that, like I want to go there. To be honest, I would go to Dubai, but it's not on
Yeah,
my
it's not
list
on
like
top
that.
of it.
Yeah,
it's not one of
yeah.
those. If you make it, you make it.
Right. Yeah.
I agree.
But there's other places like Bora Bora, Costa Rica.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
Colombia.
Costa Rica,
yeah. So a couple places I want to go.
Yeah. Okay.
And the secrets. Jamaica.
Yeah, secrets. Shout out secrets, man. You know, hit up our show and give us some promo stuff.
One of those, I'm sure you guys must have seen it. One of those islands, and they have a lot of them now, where it's like,
It's in the middle.
yeah, exactly. Like
It's like
the cabin is kind of like
It's
in
not
the
a man-made,
water.
but like pretty much you'll have a butler, right? It's kind of like a villa, in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
So a plane has to land in the ocean, drop you there, and you have everything there.
Yeah.
But to me, as great as it sounds like an amazing scary movie.
I just want one night. That's it. One night.
Yeah. No, I want one day. I don't want to sleep there. You wake up and you're in the water, and then there's sharks around. You're like, I don't know what that,
Pretty
man.
crazy.
Yeah. What if the plane forgets to come back for you? Like, what do you do?
I feel like this.
You gotta have lights and flares.
People gotta work there too. Okay, they can't just leave everybody.
They leave you. They bring you to the grocery store. They leave you. But yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah, that sounds like they used to that movie portion, like where someone gets up and they're standing in like a door frame and the water around them is glowing. And
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
you're
Yeah.
crazy.
Exactly.
But again, are you going swimming in that water?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I need to see what's
It's a
in
great
the water.
view. You know, you go in and then all of a sudden you see something pop. Nope. I'm
Totally
good.
agree,
Don't
totally
even
agree.
dangle your feet.
But I see. I think I feel like Bora Bora has a couple of those.
Oh, yeah.
pictures
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
and stuff like that. So
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like I said, it always looks amazing in the pictures, but
And that's what I mean. I don't necessarily need an island. I could go other places, but yeah, I need that feeling of the beach and like looking at water is beautiful, man. When you see that
it's
nice
relaxing.
light green water, you know, I like that. So yeah, man, I want to go to some of those places. I feel like I'm on Superfly's level 2 of sightseeing, but if I'm there, like, you know what they say, when in Rome, like,
Yeah.
cool, let's do it.
Do it, yeah,
I can't
do
do
a
a
day.
whole day of it, but let's do it.
So, speaking, we're talking about traveling. What do you think is your limit? Because I'll give you an example. When you go somewhere after 14 days, you want to be back home.
okay,
After 7 days,
See,
5 days.
I'm easy, man. Like I could do 5. 5
5?
I could do more than 5, but 5 for me is perfect.
Perfect, okay.
Right, and it also depends on the type of trip too. Right, so if it's a trip where like you have so much things packed, maybe I want that to be longer.
Okay.
So like for example, a wedding or a funeral, you're busy no matter what, right?
Yeah. So you don't really get a vacation.
Exactly.
You're doing a lot of stuff.
So
for
when
that.
whenever that passes, now you only might have 2 days left.
Yeah. Now your vacation starts. Basically.
Right. So that's different. But if it's something like you're going away for a festival, you're going away for crop over, then 5 days would be good for me. Because I could do my Juve, my parade, have 2 days,
And you're good to
go
go.
about my business.
Okay. What
Yeah,
about
I think
you?
I'm on the same vibe. I think about around 5 days is good for me. Like I've been on 7 days, I've been on 9 days, and again, it depends what you're doing. Like if you're going on a resort, for example, if you're not doing excursions,
Yeah, exactly.
you're gonna get
like
bored.
on the
You're
resort.
gonna get bored. Like
Exactly.
it's literally the same thing every
Every
single
day,
day,
yeah.
right? So if you're doing different stuff or going different places, then you could probably stay a bit longer. But if you're just on the resort not doing nothing, 5 days of that same thing.
And then
that
you
same
gotta
routine.
know what the Wi-Fi situation is too. If they
Yo,
have good Wi-Fi,
I've been
it's
to killers
different
where the
too, right?
Wi-Fi's killing.
Yeah, so plus the AC if that ain't right. It's like okay, I want to be home now. So first world problem in third world countries.
That's what it is.
you know?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, for me, I would say 7 days is usually pretty good. After the 7th day, I'm like, yo, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel you in terms of doing stuff. Definitely when it comes to like weddings and those type of things, there's so much going on that it's really not a vacation.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the whole point of what do you call it? Like just going for vacation, if you're not doing anything in terms of excursions, then yeah, I can see you getting bored.
Yeah.
I usually try to plan at least 2 excursions when I go somewhere, just get there, chill for a day.
Yeah.
Maybe the second day do an excursion, then the day after that chill,
Yeah,
then do
yeah.
another.
That's-
Like
yeah,
kind of
that
spread
makes
it out,
sense. Yeah, yeah.
just so there's something happening. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I totally agree that you need to be doing something.
Yeah.
Need
But
to do
I find like, I don't know. I find I don't really like excursions that much because I feel like the excursions are the same excursions just in a different place. So it's like you're gonna go ATVing, you're gonna go ziplining, you're gonna see the city. Like it's all the same stuff you're doing over and over. So once you already did it, it's like I don't need to do it in Jamaica and do it in Dominican. It's like I've already done it. So am I gonna pay $100 to go ziplining again? You know what I mean? So that's why I'm not big on excursions like that unless it's something I haven't done before.
Right. Like, for example, in Jamaica, you're supposed to go down to the River Falls. That's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
But
I've
saying
never
if
been
you've
ATV.
That's
so,
the thing. Yeah, it would be fun. But
right.
if you've been to Dunn's River Falls and you go back to Jamaica,
Yeah, you don't
you're
wanna
not
do
going
it
to go
again.
back to Dunn's River. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So I guess I
And
got to start expanding the places I go to.
It also depends on, like, if you go with a bunch of people, too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, your experience changes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So if you went to Dunn's River Fall with just 2 of you, and then
Yeah.
now it's 20 of you,
Yeah.
okay, let's go back there, right? Yeah. So
Yeah, Dominican Republic. I went 3 times.
yeah,
One was for a wedding. One was basically with my girl at the time, and I think another one was just like a guy's trip type of thing.
Okay.
So I kind of had a good different experience every
Each
time I
time,
went
yeah.
to the Dominican Republic, right? But yeah, that makes a difference. I think in terms of that, like in terms of who you go with, I should say. Who you go with.
Absolutely.
have you guys ever been somewhere where you're there and you're like, you know what, I could live here?
Nah.
Nah. Stay in Canada.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I could visit there and maybe have a
Yeah.
property there.
Yeah.
So I can come in and out.
But not
like
live,
just
live.
live. Nah, I don't think so.
So I feel like I'm a little torn with your question. The only reason why I say that is because you mentioned that it's a little bit of a slower pace.
Yeah.
And I feel like
I'm with you on this.
I feel like maybe if the pace was different, I feel like I could do it. But
Yeah.
because it's so slow
Yeah.
and I'm not used to it, that after a while I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just the brain shuts down and doesn't function the same. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But
Same here.
I feel like if the pace was different, I feel like there's 1 or 2 places I could potentially consider.
So for me, for reasons of family, I got family in St. Kitts. That's where I would be for sure.
Okay.
But like we talked about the pace, it's too slow. You know what I mean? It's too slow. But on the flip side, what you could do is you could do things that we do up here and bring it down there and be so successful because of how slow it is.
Yeah.
So that's a flip.
Is it like one of those where like on Sunday just everything's closed, like one of those?
It's Sunday, everything's closed. If you want to pay your phone bill, you got to go to the store, stay in the line. Like you're not doing that online, really. Like, you know what I mean? Like them type of things. And then it's like it's not even like okay, it's paid now. You're like you have to wait 3 days.
Okay, got you.
Where are you guys from? You know what I mean?
I kind of felt like that a little bit when I was in Trinidad. They had like a local store where I was staying, and I remember going there like twice, and it was closed in the middle of the day.
Yeah. See?
And I was like, okay. So I went. It was like 11.
Listen.
I was like,
Well, Trinidad's a different story.
Trinis don't work. Okay?
Yeah, exactly. 2 hours a day, right? If that.
and that was the thing too. Like I went around 11. And I was like,
Yeah.
closed.
I remember-
But when I looked, they should have been open.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna come back at 1.
They don't get paid hourly, man.
And I came back.
They
at
get paid
1.
on the date.
I came back at 1.
Yeah.
Still closed, and then I go like there's like a rum shop at the corner.
Yeah.
I go there,
And that's where everybody is.
That's where everybody is.
I was gonna say that was open. I'm sure that was open.
Yo, yeah,
That don't
that
close.
was open all night.
That's like the shoppers. It's 24 hours. Yeah, man. I remember when we went to Trinidad. We stayed with a friend and her family, and her mom was like, "Oh yeah, like I'm going to work." Okay, cool. I don't really sleep late, so by 9, 10 I was up watching some TV. Before I blinked, the woman walking in the house. I'm like, "What are you doing back here?" She goes, "What do you mean? I work. I come home."
That's it.
That's it. I said, "Wow, man, you're living life."
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Have you guys ever been somewhere that you are not gonna go back? It's like you just had a bad experience, so it's like I'm not gonna spend my money on this place again.
Go back. Well, I kind of had. So one of the times that I was in, actually no, I wouldn't say I wouldn't go back. I kind of had just a little bit of a bad start to the experience. So I think that was my first time when I went to Dominican Republic. I stayed in Punta Cana. No, I stayed in Puerto Plata.
Okay.
And Big difference between Puerto Plata and Punta Cana. Big
I've
difference.
heard, yeah.
But yeah, it was one of those where, you know, got there, the transportation was lacking. Then when we got there, the hotel was basically
Wasn't ready.
overbooked.
Yeah.
So we had to get braces for a different hotel and stuff. And then because they inconvenienced us, you kind of missed the whole day. Because that hotel was overbooked. So then you sat in the lobby waiting for transport to another hotel. By the time you get there, you know, they're checking in their people first. And they got, so you lost like a whole day, you know? So that was my only little thing there. But no, I think vacation wise, it's been pretty good.
Okay.
So for me, I would definitely go back.
Yeah.
But my bad experience would obviously be Trinidad. I had a pretty bad experience in Trinidad, just based on, like you said, the inconvenience of what was supposed to happen and what didn't. But I wouldn't cancel it and be like, it's not on my list. I'm trying to think of somewhere that I would actually and I don't think that even if I would, I'd take it out in the country. It'd more so be like the hotel experience.
Yeah.
But I can't think of one right now, to be honest. I've been blessed.
Fair enough. For you, about yourself?
I would say I'm probably over Cuba. It's probably the only place.
Well, I never went to Cuba.
Yeah, I've never been.
I've been twice. The first time I went for a wedding, it was cool. Second time I went earlier this year. Again, it's a cool experience, but I feel like it's missing a lot of things that you need, like food. So, I mean, you're paying, you get nice beaches, you get, even the alcohol is not up to par. So it's like, if you're gonna spend your money, just spend an extra $300 and go somewhere else. So.
I mean, my thing is, I don't understand, and nothing against Cuba, but step your game up. I don't understand me having to pay to go and eat your food that's not better than my food at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I want that whole experience. Like, I said alcohol. You got to put food on the list.
Yeah.
Alcohol and food in a beach, I'm great. I don't need much. But that has to go good, man.
They have all of those things, just not
but
up to the standards.
I can't
that you
have
want.
your burger and it does not taste like any burger. If I can make a better burger than you, I'll stay home. Yeah.
Something's wrong.
So like Forte said, I'd rather just, spend the extra 3 or 4 or 5 and go somewhere where I know, like,
you're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah. But also, it's about experience too.
Yeah, that's
the food.
I would say for people, if you've been there, if you haven't been, I would say go once.
Yeah.
But
I'm good still.
When you went to Cuba, it was the same like place. You went.
No, I went to a different resort, same place but different resort.
So
the Veradero is like
Veradero?
it's the main place most people.
But I'm
go
sure
to, right?
that the one you stayed in was a 5-star, even though it's not 5-star.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
They're
So
5 stars.
that's
Like
why you can't
Jamaican
get
money.
much. Yeah, you can't get much higher than the resort that I've been to. But even that resort, it's like it's still not up to par with like a 3-star somewhere else. You know, so
Okay.
Which again, but then it's also not their fault because the whole restrictions.
yeah,
in the
it's definitely not
States.
their fault.
So
at all,
once that gets lifted,
it's a
then
different
it'll
story.
change.
Yeah.
I think, are they changing that yet or no?
I
said
think they're in
they
the
have,
progress.
but-
Yeah, I think they're in the process.
It's gonna take years though. It's
Yeah,
not something that's
yeah.
gonna happen overnight.
Yep.
It's gonna take years.
So
Is there any? Well, I mean, we mentioned it in our breakdown. Are there any airlines that you wouldn't fly with again?
So I had a bad experience with the airline, but again, I'm not going to take that on the airline. The only one that I said in the beginning, and I'll still stick to, is Spirit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's a bit of a different
Situation. Yeah, airline wise, I don't really. Yeah, I don't really have a preference airline wise. So
Yeah. Okay. You're like, as long as I get there. I'm good.
yeah,
I'll tell you though, the best flight experience I've ever had was on Caribbean Airlines.
Actually, you know what? I can agree.
Yeah.
I can agree.
It was
Car-
just, yeah.
And I think a lot of it had to do with the food.
I think
I had good food on
I
that
think it
flight.
was the whole vibe, to be
Well,
honest.
that too.
You know, I love accents. So when you heard the captain come on with the accent, I'm like, okay, we're ready.
feels like home.
Ready.
Feels like
yeah.
home. Yeah.
Then you get the food, like you said.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, the stewardess were pretty girls. You know, it added to the
Caribbean Airlines
ambiance.
right
and the pilot landed the plane real well. So, you know.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, man.
I think for some of those long ones that you mentioned, like, you know, going to Thailand and stuff, I feel like if you're going out there, you have to do first class. I don't think you could do.
Yeah.
And I know first class price is not, but
Yeah.
just for that comfort
I
level,
agree
I
with
hear
that.
you.
it's
Because that's my struggle with planes.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm never comfortable on a plane.
yeah, and being uncomfortable for
For a long
for a
period
long
of
period.
time,
Like I went to San Fran the other day. No, it wasn't uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
I feel like if you were uncomfortable, that flight was maybe 5 hours.
Yeah.
and that was like I don't know if we can do this for 5 hours.
Yeah.
So to do like a
Add
13
20 more, yeah.
or do like a 14 uncomfortable, nah.
Can't do it.
There's only so much you can sleep.
But I think what a lot of people do in those situations is walk around the plane too, even though there's not that much space.
Space, yeah.
But, you know, walking around, talking, whatever. So
Or if you're Drake, you just pop something and you out like a light.
he's also doing that on Air Drake. So.
And he's comfortable. I don't even understand why he needs to sleep like that.
Well, of course he's comfortable. That's why he's out like a light.
Has single seats, feet up, all that type of stuff.
Bed in there, everything, man. He's good.
Okay,
Go ahead.
here's a question. What is your favorite type of trip? Is it the quote unquote vacations? Is it like group trips? Is it like a trip where you're just going to go? Is it like a carnival trip? What's your favorite type of vacation?
That's a lot. I think I like all of what you just mentioned.
Yeah.
I don't know how to choose out of that list.
I feel like because each one offers something a little bit
different.
different,
Yeah.
it kind of makes the trip its own.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I think it's a mixture of I like group trips. Group
Yeah,
trips are
I like
really,
group
really
trips
good
too.
just because even though you're not home, you still get a real good sense of
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
And then just sometimes seeing people in their own elements is
Yeah.
like funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I remember my group trip to Dominican Republic, and that was for a wedding. And I mean, yeah, in terms of the groom, the bride, the groom's family, and maybe a couple of his boys, everybody else I didn't know. So yeah, like getting to meet new people, talk with them. I remember like same thing, we went ATVing as a group. There was like 30 of us.
Yeah,
So that just made the
Different,
event
yeah.
that much
Yeah.
bigger, you know.
Exactly.
So it was good. It was good.
I think, like you said, I think weddings are probably
Yeah,
one of the
top.
best trips because you kind of get all of that in one. It's like you got a vacation with a group.
Yeah.
You can have a vacation. You can still take your time
Yeah.
and go somewhere off. You know?
And then you're surrounded by love too, right?
Exactly.
With the wedding
so,
part.
yeah. And then you still have the party
Dancing.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
So I think you get everything. Other than the carnival, you
Yeah.
get everything when you have like
I mean, you can still have
destination.
carnival.
That's true. Too. So I think that's probably the best type.
Yeah, I agree. Last question. Would you rather a vacation like that or a cruise?
Oh.
Well,
I think he's like.
I've never been on a
tapped into
cruise
my brain
yet.
today.
So I haven't been on a cruise yet, so I can't.
Oh, you
really
never
answer that
been?
question.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't really answer
Okay. So before I answered, are you planning to go on a cruise? Or
Yeah,
is it
yeah, no,
boats? Because I know some people just
Yeah,
don't
you're
like
right.
boats.
You're right.
and
No.
being
I
on a
just
boat.
haven't got around to it. To be honest with you, because when I travel, it's like I guess I didn't really know the cruise experience. I'm used to the resort experience.
Yeah.
So I haven't really been on a cruise, but I'm open to it and I'm gonna do it. But yeah,
Just time.
So, couple things I enjoy about cruises. One would be the way it's structured. So when I say the way it's structured in terms of payment, so it's not something you pay all one time.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah,
if you're flying, it's like this is the ticket cost.
Yeah,
I got a good deal today. I got to do everything today.
Right now, yeah.
It's not the same thing with a cruise. It's kind of like you get your price and then you pay your $200 a month until you get to whatever. right?
Yeah.
So that's that part of it. I think is cool, which makes it a little bit more not affordable, but you can plan
easier
it.
to manage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Outside of that, I think the food.
Yeah.
The food is
Yeah.
like I don't like just it's
Top
there's an
notch.
abundance.
Yeah.
And B, like they make sure the food is like
Yeah.
up there. Like, it doesn't matter where you go to eat on the ship.
Yeah.
Everything is good food wise. You know, so I think those two are things you won't be disappointed with. The ship I think could depend.
Yeah.
But for the most part,
The cabin, yeah.
like I feel like cabins are very cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Like, they give you the basics.
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah.
you know, a
But because you
bathroom.
get everything else.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
it's, it's okay because
Yeah.
you spend very little time in your actual cabin,
Right.
other than sleep.
Right.
And I mean, even that, I don't think you'll be in there for long when you
Nah.
sleep. Like you're in there for a couple hours of sleep, get up, shower, and it's like
Back
there's a million and one things to do on the ship. Shows,
Yeah.
activities, just walking the ship in general,
Yeah.
finding new places and stuff like that. So I think the experience is good.
It's pretty much like a vacation in an apartment, kind of, where everything's just all secluded in one place.
Yeah.
But you don't get bored of it. You know what I mean? I still will take a vacation though. I think I like cruises, and it's a very hard pick between them. But I just love, like, you wake up, you walk out, there's the beach or the pool or whatever. Then, like, I like my room being to a certain level or whatever. I just like those different options, you know?
Yeah.
And like we said, I like those. When you have a group, I think I haven't experienced a group on a cruise, so maybe my opinion will change. But a group beach setting, I love that.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
I think also what can kind of tip the scale might be, so you have regular cruises and then you have theme cruises.
Yeah,
I think
that's
the
true,
theme
too.
cruise,
That's
I
true,
think
too.
that might tip the scale just
Yeah.
a little bit, because now things are geared towards what
One
you
thing,
like,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So,
That's true.
and there's a bunch of those, whether it be soca, whether it be reggae.
Yeah.
Then they have one that's called I think it's like mocha something.
Okay.
And that's kind of like a 90s theme,
Like a throwback.
cruise.
Okay.
Yeah, like a throwback type of thing. So there's a bunch of them out there.
Cool.
And yeah, man, they're good.
Well, I think we need to go on a vacation.
I think I need to find a cruise.
For sure. I mean, for anybody who's listening, hit us up and let us know some of the destinations that you've been to, or you consider, top notch. Maybe we didn't mention them, or it wasn't a thought. So, bring it up, and if it's a conversation, right?
Let
so
us
it
know.
starts. Let us know. If you have any bad experiences, same thing. Good experiences, same thing. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody about our show. We have good times. We talk about good conversations, about good things. You guys got any shout outs for the week, end of the week, for the show?
Who am I shouting out today? I mean, shout out to everybody, like you said, that listened to our show. Shout out to everybody that reached out. Shout out to everybody that agreed with me. Shout out to everybody that didn't agree with me. Shout out Debo, DeMar DeRozan. Shout out Kawhi. Shout out Kyle
Shout out
Lowry.
to one thing that we didn't really touch on. Shout out to the listeners, first of all.
Yeah.
But one thing we didn't really touch on is shout out to Westbrook, because I think he got the worst out of this whole deal here. It's bad that Kawhi left the Raptors, but Westbrook also he's left with nothing. Like
it's bad.
Yeah. Shout out to Westbrook.
Shout out to Westbrook.
Westbrook, we feel for you, brother. For me, just shout out all the kids. Summertime. Make sure you guys have a lot of fun.
Stay safe.
Stay
Please.
safe. It's one of those. A lot of things are going on. So, I mean, pick and choose where you take your kids to and stuff like that. And, just have a good time for the summer, man.
I hear that.
So, I mean, that's how it goes. A2D, the show, Agree to Disagree. We hope today you guys enjoyed the show. We hope that you guys had some fun listening to our stories. And we'll see you next week. That's how it goes. Peace.
That wraps up this week's show. The Agree to Disagree family can be reached on all social media at A2D The Show. That's A, number 2D, The Show. You can agree to disagree, but thanks for listening.